Most early access games is a dumpster fire, but with Enshrouded it's different. Even though Enshrouded is in early access, it's a very good game. The game surprised me with its amazing content, its wide open world, and actually gives you stuff to do. Not to mention Enshrouded has a Skyrim style skill builder. So this means you can play a tank, you can play an assassin, you can play a wizard. It's up to you how you want to play, and you can mix match your skills. Let's dive into it. Let's talk about this game. As you can see, I'm currently here in Enshrouded. If I open my inventory, let's first talk about the skills. Here you can see a Skyrim-like skill builder. And basically you can be a battle mage, healer, wizard, trickster. All of these things you can invest skills into. And it's expensive. As you can see, there's so many things that you can choose. Currently I'm going into the tank tree and so forth. But this is just a broad overview about everything that you can do in the game, or all the classes that you can play. But let's talk about the combat. It's an action based combat. As you can see here, you can dodge, you can jump, you can glide, you can block, and you can actually use a wizard wand. As you can see there. So you can actually you can be melee, you can be a wizard. Let me just quickly find an enemy for you so you can actually see the combat. Here we shoot there, so there's our enemy. So as you can see here, the combat is actually insane. You can block. You can counter attack. Don't want to kill this guy. But basically, you can use parries in this game as well. You just have to time it correctly. So you can use a parry by just blocking. And its little meter will fill up. But that's all for now for combat. But I'm not actually that good in combat, as you can see. And you get the loot system. This of course is a survival game. So you have to loot, you have to craft. As you can see there below my bar, I cook some food for myself. But let's quickly go into the building. Now that we've covered the combat, let's talk about base building. This is just a simple base that I built, but you can go crazy with it. As you can see on my bar, I have a hammer. If I select this hammer and I go use tab and I press alt, you can see all these building blocks that you have. So you can basically just choose any of these building blocks. You can imagine all of the crazy things that you can create with just these few building blocks. But that's not all. You can actually dig into the ground. You know, like how you can dig in Minecraft? Well, in this game you can also form the world by using your pickaxe. You can actually build yourself a cave system. As you can see, you can dig into the ground and you can build yourself a little hobbit base if you really wanted to. So you can just dig out the ground and you will also get materials for building your own base. As you can see here, we almost have a little tunnel, but that's just an example of what you can do. You can also level this whole field in front of you if you didn't want to build a tunnel system. So you can, for example, build this base, and underneath your base you can build a tunnel. The building is actually insane in Enshrouded. Now, this is a survival game, so you will have to craft, you will have to cook, and you will get all of these NPCs to help you on your journey. These NPCs will actually give you missions. For example here, if you press J, you will see quest. It will give you all of these quests to do in the open world. And if you open your map, you will see all of these markers on the map are quests and locations and points of interest. There's always something to do in Enshrouded. Always a goal to work towards. For example, look at this map. We haven't even covered half of the map, and I probably have played 50 hours in this game. And look at this map. This is an early access game, and this is everything that you can discover on this map. It's almost like Skyrim, but it's huge. So you will always have something to do in this game. You will never be bored. Of course, these NPCs also help you with crafting. Like any good survival game, it has amazing crafting as well. You can craft your own weapons, you can craft your own armor, and each one of these guys special in a skill. For example, this alchemist, you can craft potions and magical items. For example, a staff, some magical gear, and these gear boost your stats. Now let's talk a bit about how you traverse the map and how you actually go from point to point. Well, it's really simple. You have a glider. You can use a glider in this game as well. As you can see, it's really smooth, really smooth. The glider is amazing. You can use double jumps. As you can see, the game is super smooth when you try to navigate it. You also get a grapple hook that you can use, where you can actually use and traverse the terrain. As you can see there, I just used my grapple hook. But the game doesn't allow you to just use your grapple hook all of the time. You have to press E next to these locations, or these little grapple locations. But it's another way that the game entertains you while you're traversing the terrain, and makes it a little bit interesting when you travel the world. And the main thing is you get these enshrouded areas. As you can see here, I just entered enshrouded areas. These areas are where these zombie-like creatures spawn, and you will have to defeat them. As you can see, here's the one guy. Okay, he's a little bit weak, but this is just the beginner area. As I told you, I only have 50 hours in the game, but I want to make a review for this game since it's such an amazing game. Also in the game you get these climbing obstacles that you can use, and this just makes the game so much interesting than just your normal survival game, since you can traverse by gliding, by grapple hooking, by climbing like Lara Croft almost. So this makes the game really interesting, and it keeps it fresh. It's a new take on the genre, I would say. It's all these little things coming together in this game to make this game truly amazing. Go and check out Enshrouded, and I would like to thank keymailer for sending me this key, and of course the Enshrouded devs.